The Bee Gees, the legendary voices behind the soundtrack of a generation. With their unmistakable harmonies and Barry Gibb's soaring falsetto, they became icons of disco and beyond. But behind those high notes and platinum records lay a secret known only to a few. And his name was Greg Morgan.
How did you discover that, those higher registers? Well, it's a long story.
You are well known for your books and movies, but today we are here for a very interesting unknown fact about you. So what you did before all that, with the iconic musical trio, the Bee Gees?
Yeah, the Bee Gees.
Can you tell us a little bit about it?
I didn't even know who they were back then. They were kind of new. I think they had just come to the States by then.
And you're finally able to tell this story.
Yeah, it's been long enough. My family doesn't even really know. It's about time that people know the truth about Barry's falsetto. My magic finger, I don't even know how it works, honestly. It's magic or something. But whenever Barry would hit some notes.
Greg Morgan, a modest man with an extraordinary gift, his magic finger. Until today, we discover it was Greg's middle finger that transformed Barry's voice into the falsetto that defined a generation. In 1975, a young real estate appraiser named Greg Morgan was inspecting a music studio for a routine valuation. What happened next would change music history forever.
Yeah, so I was a real estate appraiser back then, and I was appraising some studio on Melrose. The band took a short break, and they let me in to inspect the studio. And then some technician thought I was there to fix something. And I tried to explain I was some real estate guy, but before I could get the words out, I tripped over a cable. Yeah, it's weird. Barry was standing there, his back to me, and I fell forward. Reaching out, I must have, he was wearing these flimsy pajama pants or something.
And your finger just slipped right up there?
I wouldn't use the word slipped, but yeah, I had no idea what I did. I was just trying not to make a fool out of myself after tripping. But, there it was. My finger was firmly up Barry's ass.
What did Barry do?
I don't remember if he was more surprised about my finger up his ass or his incredible falsetto.
Well, I mean, the falsetto was a discovery. I didn't know I could do it.
So after we disengaged, I went to the restroom to wash up. And when I came back, the band was all huddled in a corner. I thought, hey, they're probably going to have me sign some non-disclosure agreement or something. But when the huddle ended, I heard Barry say,
"Sounds good. Let's try it."
The magic finger was born.
That magic became the secret behind the Bee Gees' most iconic sound. Greg became an essential part of the Bee Gees' live performances, though his role was kept hidden. For years, fans never knew the man behind the magic.
They made me squeeze into this fake amplifier for every performance. There was a small hole in it. I'd stick out my finger and Barry would back up. When he got close, he had a special pant so I could access him. Yeah, that amp, it was definitely uncomfortable. But when you're part of music history, you do what you gotta do.
The system wasn't perfect, but it worked.
I developed techniques. The twitch for staccato, the twirl for vibrato, and the jiggle for sustained notes.
But in 1979, disaster struck. Greg developed carpal tunnel syndrome, rendering his magic finger unusable. The Bee Gees were forced to cancel their highly anticipated world tour.
I felt terrible. The guys, they were counting on me.
We were very disappointed that we'd lost our chance.
And there I was, out of commission. I thought it was the end.
So the band couldn't go on without you?
I heard they tried one of the roadies on the Europe tour to see if he could recreate the magic. But I heard it didn't work out too well for Barry.
It was literally agony doing Europe. And after that, I couldn't walk.
And when you sing falsetto, it's a hell of a high range to go to because you feel it before you've even taken half a breath. So Barry was going through all that stuff. And I don't know how he did it, but he didn't want to do a bad show.
The Bee Gees' iconic sound was in jeopardy. But Greg wouldn't give up. Through months of therapy and support from the Bee Gees, he prepared for a triumphant return.
The first time back was nerve-wracking. Would the magic still be there? But as soon as Barry hit that note in tragedy, and I knew we were back.
I don't think at that particular time anyone else could have done that job. And what's happening to us today is because of what he did then.
Today, Greg Morgan's contributions to music are finally getting the recognition they deserve. Though his role was hidden, his impact is undeniable.
It was kind of a whole strange episode of our lives, that particular. It didn't make sense to me. It doesn't make sense now, but it happened. And it was kind of a weird feeling all the time it was happening.
Yeah, I never wanted fame or glory from it. I got enough from my novels and films.
Do you ever miss it? The magic?
The magic's still there. It's just retired like me.
The Bee Gees' story is one of talent, resilience, and a little bit of magic. And behind that magic was one extraordinary man with one extraordinary finger.